Let me ask you something. When was the last time you did something that scared you? Not something easy, not something safe, but something that made your heart race, your hands sweat, something that made you question if you even had what it takes. See, most people, they spend their whole lives trapped, not in a prison of bars, but in a prison of comfort. They wake up, they follow the same routine, they talk to the same people, do the same things, and then they wonder, why am I not growing? Why am I not winning? You're not growing because you're too comfortable. You're not winning because you're too safe. Every dream, every breakthrough, every ounce of greatness you're searching for, it ain't in the comfort zone, it's on the other side of fear. And if you ain't willing to break free, you will never get there. Today, we break free. Today, we stop making excuses. Today, you step into the person you were meant to be. You ready? Let's go. All right, listen up. This is where it all begins. The moment you realize that comfort is not your friend, it's the silent killer of dreams. It sneaks up on you, wraps itself around you like a warm blanket and whispers, stay here. It's safe. It's easy. Why take the risk? And just like that, years pass. No progress, no breakthrough, just the same routine, the same life over and over again. But here's the truth. Nothing great ever happens inside your comfort zone. Nothing legendary, nothing life-changing. If you're comfortable, you're standing still. And if you're standing still, life is passing you by, because while you're sitting there waiting for the right moment, someone else is out there grinding, pushing, leveling up. Someone else is getting the opportunities that should have been yours. You weren't built for safe. You weren't designed for easy. That fire inside you, that hunger, it wasn't placed there so you could sit back and play small. It was meant to push you, to challenge you, to make you step up and do something bigger. But you gotta be willing to feel uncomfortable. You gotta be willing to stretch yourself beyond what's familiar. Think about it. Every time you avoid discomfort, you're choosing to stay the same. You're choosing average. And let's be real, you weren't made for average. But the only way to break out of that cycle is to embrace the struggle, to look at fear, doubt, uncertainty and say, I don't care, I'm going anyway. Because the second you do that, boom! That's where the growth happens. That's where you start to separate yourself from the pack. See, comfort wants to keep you soft. It wants to keep you weak. It wants you to second guess yourself, to hesitate, to back down when things get hard. But warriors, leaders, the ones who really make it, they don't listen to that voice. They step into the fire. They face the challenge head on. They don't wait for the right time, because they know the right time is the moment they decide to go all in. So you got to ask yourself, are you willing to break free? Are you willing to get uncomfortable? Because if you are, life is going to open up in ways you can't even imagine. New opportunities, new levels of success, new doors that only open when you push past your limits. But it won't happen if you keep choosing easy. It won't happen if you keep running back to what's safe. The choice is yours. Stay comfortable or step up and claim what's yours. Let's get one thing straight. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is not some big bad monster that's here to stop you. Nah, fear is the ultimate test. It's the gatekeeper between where you are and where you want to be. The moment you feel fear creeping in, that's your signal. That's the universe telling you you're on the right path. See, most people get it twisted. They think fear means stop, turn back, this isn't for you. But that's a lie. Fear only shows up when you're about to step into something bigger, when you're about to level up, when you're about to become more than you were before. And guess what? That's why so many people never make it. The moment they feel fear, they retreat, they freeze, They let that voice in their head say, what if you fail? What if you embarrass yourself? What if you're not good enough? And just like that, they go right back to their comfort zone. Right back to the same life, the same struggles, the same frustration. But let me ask you something. When was the last time you were scared to do something small, something easy? Never. Fear doesn't show up for things that don't matter. It only shows up when the stakes are high, when the opportunity is real, when you're about to step into something that could change everything. And that's exactly why you have to lean into it. You got to flip the script. When fear shows up, don't run, charge. That's your moment. That's your confirmation that you're moving in the right direction. That's your sign that the thing you're afraid of is exactly what you need to do, because on the other side of that fear, that's where the breakthrough happens. That's where the growth happens. That's where the next version of you is waiting. Look, nobody who ever did something great did it without fear. Nobody built an empire, chased a dream, or broke barriers without feeling that shake in their hands, that doubt in their mind, that pounding in their chest. The difference? They didn't let fear make their decisions for them. They felt it, and they moved forward anyway. So the next time fear shows up, smile, welcome it, say, good, that means I'm stepping up, and then go all in. Because fear isn't the end of the road, it's the doorway. And the only question that matters is, are you going to walk through it? Let's get one thing clear. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's the price of success. It's the tuition you pay for greatness. And the faster you fail, the faster you learn. The faster you learn, the faster you win. But here's the problem. Most people are terrified of failure. They treat it like some kind of disease. Like if they fail, it means they're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. And so they avoid it. They play it safe. They never take the risks that would actually change their lives. And because of that, they stay exactly where they are, stuck, frustrated, watching other people pass them by. But the truth, the real secret that successful people know, failure is the best teacher you will ever have. No classroom, no book, no motivational video can teach you what failure will teach you. When you fail, you learn, you get feedback, you see what works and what doesn't, and every time you get back up, you're stronger, wiser, more prepared. See, people think success is about getting it right the first time. Wrong. Success is about getting it wrong again and again until you figure it out. Every champion, every leader, every game changer out there, they failed more times than most people even tried. They weren't afraid to look stupid. They weren't afraid to mess up because they knew failure was just part of the process. So if you're out here waiting for the perfect time, waiting until you have everything figured out before you start, let me tell you right now, you're already losing. Because while you're waiting, somebody else is out there failing, learning, and getting better. Somebody else is taking swings, missing, adjusting, and coming back stronger. And pretty soon, they're going to pass you up. So what's it going to be? You're going to let the fear of failure hold you back, or you're going to embrace it? Because if you want success, you got to stop treating failure like a setback and start treating it like a setup. A setup for your next level. A setup for your breakthrough. A setup for the person you're about to become. The ones who win, they fail fast and they learn faster. They don't waste time crying over mistakes. They use them. They don't let failure define them, they let it sharpen them. And that's the difference. That's what separates those who dream from those who do. So stop running from failure, stop fearing it, fail fast, learn faster, then get up and go again. Listen up, because this one right here, this could be the reason you're not where you want to be. Your circle, your environment, your people, they are shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. So you can have the biggest dreams in the world, the strongest work ethic, the deepest hunger for success. But if you're surrounded by people who are small-minded, lazy, negative, always making excuses, you will become just like them. Because energy is contagious, mindset is contagious. And if you're constantly around people who are stuck, guess what? You're going to stay stuck too. But when you put yourself around winners, around people who think bigger, push harder, refuse to settle, that energy rubs off. That mindset becomes your new normal. And suddenly what seemed impossible before starts looking like just another challenge. You start thinking differently, moving differently, expecting more from yourself, because now you're in the right environment. So ask yourself, who are you spending your time with? Who do you listen to? Who do you take advice from? Because if your circle isn't challenging you, pushing you, inspiring you, then your circle is holding you back. And the hardest truth, sometimes you got to let go of people who are keeping you small. People who doubt you, people who don't believe in you, people who get uncomfortable when you start leveling up. Not because you don't love them, but because you can't afford to let them stop you from becoming who you're meant to be. See, successful people don't do it alone. They build teams. They surround themselves with people who elevate them. They don't waste time with negativity, jealousy, or small thinking. They stay locked in with those who challenge them to be better every single day. So take a good look at your circle. Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Are they clapping for your wins or making excuses for why they can't win? Are they growing with you or staying the same? Because if you're serious about breaking free from your comfort zone, you cannot afford to be around people who aren't growing too. You need to find the ones who challenge you, who make you step up, who make you feel like your goals aren't crazy, they're possible, the ones who make you hungry to do more, be more, achieve more. Because your environment will either make you or break you. And if the people around you aren't helping you grow, it's time to find a new circle. Let's get real. You will never feel 100% ready. Never. And if you're waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect version of yourself before you take action, you're going to be waiting forever. See, most people sit around thinking, planning, overanalyzing. They tell themselves, I just need more time. I just need to learn a little more. I just need to be more prepared. And while they're stuck in their head, guess what's happening? Somebody else is already out there doing it. Somebody with less talent, less experience, less knowledge, but more courage, more action, more willingness to just start, even when it's messy. Because that's the secret. You get ready by doing. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after. You don't wait until you feel ready to start. You start, and that's what makes you ready. You don't get better by thinking about it. You get better by doing it. You learn on the way. You adapt. You figure it out. But most people, they stay stuck. They let doubt creep in. They convince themselves they need one more course, one more book, one more sign from the universe before they can begin. And that's why years go by and they're still in the same place, still talking about what they're gonna do instead of actually doing it. You can't let that be you. You have to decide. You have to jump, even when you're scared, even when you have no idea how it's going to work out. Because the truth is, nobody has it all figured out in the beginning. The ones who succeed, they just start. They take that first step. And that's what separates them from the ones who spend their lives waiting. So if there's something you've been putting off, if there's a dream you keep telling yourself you'll chase someday, stop. The time is now. Not next week, not next year, right now, because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. The more you overthink, the more fear creeps in, and before you know it, that window of opportunity is gone. So take the shot, make the move, speak up, show up, start the thing, even if you feel unprepared. Because the truth is, you'll never feel ready. But you don't need to be ready, you just need to begin. All right, listen up. Motivation is weak, discipline is king. If you're relying on motivation to get things done, you've already lost. Because motivation fades. It comes and goes. Some days you wake up fired up, ready to go. Other days, you don't feel like doing a damn thing. And that's the problem. If you only move when you feel like it, you'll never be consistent. And if you're not consistent, you'll never be great. See, success is about how pumped up you are on day one. It's about what you do on day 100, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when the excitement is gone. Because that is when discipline kicks in. Discipline is doing it anyway. Discipline is showing up even when you don't want to. Discipline is saying, I made a promise to myself and I refuse to break it. Most people, they quit the second things get hard. They start a workout plan, then stop after a week. They launch a business, then give up when it doesn't blow up overnight. They chase a dream, but the moment it gets uncomfortable, they run back to what's easy. That's why most people never make it. Because they rely on motivation instead of building discipline. But the ones who win, they move no matter how they feel. They don't need to be inspired to take action. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They put in the work day in and day out because they understand that discipline is the real key. They know that every rep, every late night, every early morning, every sacrifice, it's all adding up, even when it feels like nothing is happening, even when nobody is watching, even when the results are slow. They stay locked in because that's the reality. Success belongs to the disciplined. The ones who choose progress over comfort. The ones who push through even when it's painful. The ones who don't just talk about their goals, but actually show up every single day to make them happen. So the question is, are you waiting to feel like it, or are you committed no matter what? Because if you're serious about breaking free from your comfort zone, you can't rely on motivation. You got to make discipline your foundation. You got to train yourself to move, even when you don't want to. Because the moment you do that, that's when you become unstoppable. All right, here it is. The truth you've been avoiding. You are the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be. Not your past, not your not anybody else. You've got two choices. Stay comfortable, stay stuck, stay the same, or step up, break free, and build the life you know you're capable of. The only thing stopping you is fear, hesitation, and the lies you keep telling yourself about why you can. And you must. If you want growth, you got to embrace discomfort. If you feel fear, that's your sign to push forward. If you fail, learn fast and go again. If your circle isn't pushing you, change it. Stop waiting to be ready. Start now. And above all, build the discipline to keep going no matter what. Now, it's your turn. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more playing small. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more power-packed content to keep you locked in on your journey to success. But most importantly, make a move today that forces you out of your comfort zone. Your future self is waiting. Go claim what's yours. Subscribe and level up.